Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He's very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
But few of any sort, and none of pain.
Victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He had borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing, in the figure of a lamb, the deeds of a lion.
The acting uncle here in Messina will be very much glad of it.
I have already delivered him letters, and there appears much joy. Even so much that joy could not show itself modest enough without a badge of bitterness.
Did he break out into tears?
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. There are no truer faces than those that are so washed. How much better it is to weep at joy than to joy at weeping.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady. There was none such in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Monsieur Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? Oh, but come, how many hath he killed? For indeed I promised to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Monsieur Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady, but what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
'Tis so indeed, he's no less than a stuffed man. But as for the stuffing, you're all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war betwixt Monsieur Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gains nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went holting off, and now is the whole man governed with one, the witch. If he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for a difference between himself and his horse, which is all the wealth he hath left to be on a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother. Is it possible? Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but is the fashion of his hat. He never changes with the next block.
Ah, I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and where I would burn my study. But come, who is his companion? Is there no young squire now who will make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord. He will hang about him like a disease. He's sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will look friends with you, lady. Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, uncle, not till about January. Don Pedro's approach.
Monsieur Leonardo, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For, trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you depart with me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes its leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter.
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Monsieur Benedict, no, for then were you a child.
You have it full Benedict. We may guess by this what you are, being a man. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father. If Monsieur Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulder for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Monsieur Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What? My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Oh, is it possible Disdain should die when she had such meat food to feed it as Monsieur Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turn coat. But it is certain I am loved of all ladies. Only you accept it. I would I could find in my heart that I have not a hard heart. For truly, I love none.
A dear happiness to women. They would also be trouble with a pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I'm of your humor for that. I'd rather hear a dog bark at a crow than a man. Swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other may escape a predestined scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parent teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
Would my horse have the speed of your tongue? So good a continuer. Keep your way. In God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know who will hold.
This is the sum of all, Leonardo. Monsieur Claudio, Monsieur Benedict, my dear friend Leonardo hath invited you both. I tell him we shall stay the least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he's no hypocrite, but prays from the heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Being reconciled to the prince your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please see your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonardo, we will go together.
Benedict, did send with the daughter of Monsieur Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on.
Is she a modest young lady?
Do you question me, as an honest gentleman should do, for my simple, true judgment? Or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
What? Make me think she's too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford, that were she other than she is, she were handsome. Being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee tell me truly how thou likest
Or
her.
would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea. The case to put it into. And speak you this with a sad brow, or do you play the clouded jack? Come to tell us Cupid is a good hair fighter and Vulcan a rare carpenter. Come, what key shall the man take you to go in the song?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles. I see no such matter. There's her cousin. If she were not possessed with a beard, exceeds her as much in beauty as the first of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
I could scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Does it come to this? In faith, shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to, in faith, thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. On Pedro's return to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonardo's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio? I can be secret as a dumb man. I'd have you think so. But on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who now? That's your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, made out a short daughter.
If this were so, so were it uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord. It is not so, nor twas it so. But indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen, if you love her, for the lady's very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And by my faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
By my two troths and faiths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she's worthy, I know.
Did I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in a stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in this spite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I think. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But that I will hang my pupil in an invisible ball trick, all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, but not with love. Prove that whenever I lose more blood with love than I will get again with drinking, pick out mine eyes with a ballad maker's pen, and hang me at the door of a brothel house with a sign of blind Cupid.
If ever thou wilt fall from this faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument.
And I do. Hang me in a bottle like a cat and shoot at me. And let him that hits me be clapped on the shoulder and called Adam.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my heart, and let me be vilely painted and in such great letters as they write, here is good horse to hire. Let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict a married man.
If this should ever happen, thou must be born mad.
Nay, if Cupid has not spent all his quivers in Venice, thou wilt quake shortly for this.
I will look for an earthquake too then.
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, repair to Leonardo's. Commend me to him and tell him we will not fail him for supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost enough matter in me for such an embassy. And so I commit you
To the tuition of God from my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend, Benedict.
Nay, mock not, mock not. The body of your discourse is sometime guarded with fragments, and those guards have been slightly basted on me there. Ere you flout old inns any further, examine your conscience. And so I leave you.
My lord, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn any far lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero, she's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord. When we went forward on this upward action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task at hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now, now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, and their limbs thronging, soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt prove a lover presently, and tire the hero with the book of words. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it. And I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end thou cam'st into so fine a story.
How sweetly you do minister to love that knows love's grief by his complexion. But lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have solved it with a longer treatise.
I know we shall have reveling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. And after to her father will I break, and in conclusion Hero will be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
How now, brother? Where is my cousin, your son? Have you provided his music? He is very busy about it. But brother, I can tell you strange news that you get driven out of. Are they good? As they even stamps them. But they have a good cover. They show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accord, he meant to take the time by the top and instantly break with you of it. Had the fellow any wit that told you this? A good sharp fellow. I will send for him and question him yourself. No. We will hold it as a dream till it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter withal, that she may be the better prepared for an answer. If peradventure this be true, go you and tell her of it.
sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
It's not a present remedy, at least of patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, being as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goes about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide that I am. I must be sad when I have cause, and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach, and wait on no man's leisure. Sleep when I am drowsy, and tend on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry. Claw no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this, till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath newly taken you into his grace, where it is impossible that you should take true root, but by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be disdained of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest man, it must not be denied but I am a plain-dealing villain. I'm trusted with a muzzle, and enfranchised with a clog. Therefore I am decreed not to sing in my cage. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am. Seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here? On what news, Baraccio?
I came yonder for a great supper. The prince, your brother, is royally entertained by Leonardo, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will that serve for any model to build mischief on? What's he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
The most exquisite Claudio.
Even he.
A proper squire. And to which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo.
How came you to this?
Being entertained for a perfumer as I was smoking a musty room, comes me, the prince, and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the arras, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him any way, I bless myself every way. You both are sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord.
Good. Let us go to the great supper. Their cheer is the greater that I am subdued. Would the cook were of my mind. Shall we go prove what's to be done?
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Is not Count John here at supper? I saw him not.
How tardy that gentleman looks. I can never see him, but I'm heartburn an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man, who remained just in the midway between him and Monsieur Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing. The other too like my lady's eldest son, evermore tattling.
Then have Monsieur Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Monsieur Benedict's face.
With a good eye uncle and a good foot and money enough in his purse, such a man could get any woman in the world, if he could get her good humor.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd with thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed. Too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lesson God sending that way. For 'tis said, God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed, he sends none.
So by being too cursed, God will send you no horns?
Just if he send me no husband. For the which I match him upon my knees every morning and evening. Good Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the Lord.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman. He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me. He that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore, and Beatrice, get you to heaven. Here's no place for you maids. So deliver I up my ears, and away to St. Peter for the heavens. He shows us where the bachelors sit, and there we live as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Ah, yes, Faith, it is my cousin's custom to make curtsy and say, Father, as it please you. Yet, for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow. Else, make another curtsy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God made men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a piece of valiant dust? To make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marl? No, uncle, I'll none. Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match in my hatred.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you not be wooed in good time. For hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure and a sing pace. The first suit is hot and heavy, like a Scotch jig, and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly wise, full of state and ancientry, and then comes repentance. And with his bag legs falls into the sing pace faster and faster till he sink into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
Oh, I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Come take a dream.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I say so when I please,
And when please you say so?
when I like your favor. For God defend the lute should be like the case.
My visor is still among the troops, in the house of Job.
Why then your visor should be thatched.
Well, I would you delight me.
So would not I, for your own sake. For I have many ill qualities. Which is what? I say my prayers out loud.
Tears may cry. Amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
And God keep him from my sight when the dance is done. Answer, sir.
No more words. Prayer is answered.
I know you well enough. You are Monsieur Antonio.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggle of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You could ne'er do him so ill well unless you were the very man. There's his dry hand up and down. You are he. You
At a word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I would not know you by your excellent graces will appear? There's an
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, it's your pardon.
Or you will not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Why, this was Mr. Benedict that told you so. What's he? I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I believe.
Oh, does he ever make you laugh?
I pray, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, very dull. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and the commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them, and they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet. Oh, I would he had boarded me.
Oh, when I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which peradventure not marked nor not laughed at strikes him into melancholy. And there's a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Hey, if they need to hang a hill, I will leave them at the next turn.
Sure, my brother is enamored of hero and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about. The ladies follow her, and but one adviser remains, and that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing. Are not you Monsieur Benedict?
You know me well.
I am he.
Monsieur, you are very near in love to my brother. He enamored of the hero. I pray, dissuade him from her. She is no equal for his birth. You may play the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. He swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us to the banquet.
Us answer I in the name of Benedict, but hear this ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. Therefore, let all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself and trust no agent. For beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith melteth into blood. This is an accident of hourly proof which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio,
Yea, the same.
come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next villa. About your own business, Count. What fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck like a usurer's chain? Or near your arm like a lieutenant's scarf? If you must wear it one way, the prince outgot your hero.
Oh, well, I wish him joy of her.
Do you think he would have served you thus?
Pray you leave me.
Now you strike like the blind man. Who's the boy that stole your meat? You beat the post.
If it will not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will creep away in the sedges. That my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me, that I was the prince's fool. Huh. It may be I go into that tavern because I am married, but I'm not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Good monsieur, where's the count? Did you see him?
Truth, my lord. I have played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace had got the goodwill of this young lady. I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up a rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped. What's his fault?
My transgression of a schoolboy, who, being overjoyed at finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion and he steals it.
Wilt thou make a trust the transgression? The transgression is in the stealer.
Yet it had not been amiss the rod had been made, and the garland too. The garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed on you. Whereas I take it have stolen his bird's nest.
I will but teach them to sing and then restore them to the owner.
If their singing answer your say, my lord, you say honestly.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester, that I was duller than a great thought, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance that I stood like a man at a mark. The whole army shooting at me. She speaks points, every word stabs. Her breath were as terrible as her terminations. There were no living near her. She would infect my star. I would not marry her, though she were endowed with all Adam left him before he transgressed.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world? I will go now on the slightest errand to the Antipodes that you could devise to send me on. I will fetch you a truth bigger from the furthest inch of Asia. Fetch you a hail of the great chance beard, rather than through a whole 3 words conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me.
None but to desire your good company.
Oh God, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure having a tongue.
Come, lady, come, you've lost the heart of Monsieur Benedict.
tempted me a while. And I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one. Therefore, your grace might well say I have lost it.
You've put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So he should not do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. Oh, but come, I have brought upon Claudio, whom you sent me to see.
How now, Claudio? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
Neither, my lord. The count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but Sybil count. Sybil is an orange. With something of that jealous complexion.
The faith, lady, I think your blazon be true. But if he be, I'll be sworn his conceit is false. But Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one. I broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained, and have named the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
And take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and a grace say amen to it.
Speak, count is your cue. Silence! The perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much.
Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give myself to you and dote upon the exchange.
Speak, cousin. Or if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak neither.
Faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
A poor fool keeps on the windy side of the air. Ah, my cousin. Tells him in his ear that she is in his heart. So she doth, cousin. Good Lord for alliance. Thus was every man to the world but I must sit in a corner. I came home for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your father's getting. Hath your grace ne'er a brother like you? Your father hath got excellent husbands ere made me come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
Oh, not unless I could have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. Oh, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me. And to be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
Oh, no, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then a star danced, and under that was I born. Cousins! God give you joy.
Peace, will you look to those things I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
I troth the peasant-spirited lady.
Oh, there's little melancholy element in her, my lord. She's never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then. For I've heard my daughter say she hath often dreamed of happiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, my lord. If they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
Count Claudio, when we need to go to church.
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches to love how all is right.
Not till Monday, my dear son. And which is hence just 7 night, and a time too short to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake your head at so long a breathing, but I warn the time will not go dully by us. I shall in the interim undertake one of Hercules' labors, that is, to bring the Lady Beatrice and Monsieur Benedict into a mountain of affection the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give instruction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any honest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefulest husband I know. He's of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty. I shall teach you to so humor your cousin that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your 2 helps, shall so practice on Benedict that in despite of his quick wit and queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. We are the only love gods, and his glory will be ours. Come in with me, and I will tell you my drift.
It is so. Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever comes afford his affection ranges evenly with mine. But how canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lord, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in favor of Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation do you mightily hold up to a contaminated stale such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo Hero and kill Leonardo. Look you for any other issue?
Only to despite them I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal both to the prince and Claudio as, in love of your brother's honor, who hath made this match, and his friend's reputation, who is thus like to be cousin with the semblance of a maid, that you have discovered thus. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances, which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window. Hear me call Margaret Hero. Hear Margaret term me Claudio. And bring them to see this the very night before the intended wedding, for in the meantime I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there shall appear such seeming truth of Hero's disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it can, I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working of this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame thee.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
Okay, we're not clapping between stunts? Seriously?
Boy,
Sir?
in my chamber window lies a book. Bring it to me hither in the orchard.
I am here already, sir.
I know that. I would have thee hence and here again. Too much wonder. When one man, bring how much another man, when he dedicates his behavior's love, will after having laughed at such shallow follies in others, become an argument of his own scorn, by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife. Now would he rather get the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would have walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. Now would he like 10 months awake, after the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose. Like an honest man, a soldier. Now as he turned orthography, his words are a very fantastical banquet. Just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. Think not. I'll not be sworn that love may transform you to an oyster. But I'll take my own one. Till he hath made a fool of me, he shall never make me such an oyster. What woman is fair, and I am well? one woman shall not come within my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair or I'll look not on her. Mild or not I for an angel. Noble or not near me. Good discourse. An excellent musician. And her hair. Her hair shall be of what color, please God? Prince of Lucilla, I will hide me in the arbor.
Come, shall we have this music?
Yea, my good lord. How still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
See what Benedict hath did himself.
Oh, very well, my lord. The music ended will fit the hitbox with a penny worth.
Come, Balthazar, we'll have that song again.
Good, my lord, task not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
What is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection? I pray thee sing and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit for her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos. It will he swear he loves.
Now pray thee come, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Note this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Now divine air, now is his soul ravished. It's no strange sheep gut should hail souls up in its bodies.
So I know more ladies, so I know more men were deceivers, one foot in sea, and one on shore, to one thing constant, never and sigh not so. But let them go and be you live and bonny, converting all your songs of woe into hey, nonny, nonny. Sing no more ditties, sing no more of dumb so dull and heavy. The front of man is ever so since summer first was. We feel then sigh not so, but let them go and be you live and bonny, converting all your songs of woe into hey, nonny, nonny.
By my troth, a good song.
And an ill singer, my lord.
No, no, faith, thou singst well enough for a shift.
He should have been a dog that helped us. And hang him. Pray God if that voice will no mischief.
Yet, Mary, dost thou hear, Balthazar? I pray thee, get us some excellent music, for we would have it tomorrow night at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Do so, farewell. Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Benedict?
Stop on the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but most wonderful that she should so dote on Monsieur Benedict, whom she had seen in all outward behaviors ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Isn't that
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think, but that she loves him with an enraged affection is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Oh God, counterfeit. There was never a counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Well, the special might. What effects, my lord? She will sit. You heard my daughter tell you how.
How? You amaze me. I would have I thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
So had I, my lord, especially against Benedict.
She thinks it's so cool that the little white-bearded fellow speaks. Avery cannot sure hide himself as its reference.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
So your daughter says, shall I, says she, that have so often encountered his scorn, write to him that I love him?
This she says when she's beginning to write to him, for she'll be up 20 times a night. She will sit in her smock till she's written a sheet of paper. My daughter tells us all.
Now that you talk of a sheet of paper, I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
Oh, that when she had written it, was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheets. Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, railed at herself that she should be so immodest as to write to one she knew would flout her. Says she, by my own spirit, for I should rail at him if he writ to me, yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses, oh, sweet Benedict! God give thee patience.
That she does. My daughter says so, and the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter is sometime afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
It were good that Benedict knew it by some other if she will not discover it.
To what end, my lord? He will but make sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should it were an almost to hang him. For she's an excellent, sweet lady, and out of all suspicion she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict.
Oh, my lord, wisdom and blood combating so tender mind. We have 10 proofs to 1 that blood hath the victory. But I'm sorry for her, having just cause, being her uncle and her guardian.
Would she bestow this dotage on me? I would adopt all of the respects and make her happy. I pray you tell Benedict of it and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hera thinks, surely she will die. For she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she'll make her known to him, and she will die if he woo her not, rather than she will wait one breath of her accustomed process.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very like he'll scorn it. For the gentleman, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man,
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
before God, and very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit,
I take him to be valiant.
as Hector, I assure you. And in the managing of quarrels, you may say he is very wise. For either he avoids them with great discretion, or he undertakes them with the most Christian-like fear. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek him, Benedict, and tell him of her love?
Never do so, my lord. Let her wear it out.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear more of it from your daughter. Let it cool a while. I love Benedict well, and could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If you do not dote on her upon this, there's no trusting my expectation.
Let the same net be spread for her, and that must your daughter and her gentlewoman carry. The sport shall be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage and no such matter. That's the scene I would see, which will be merely a dumb show. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. We have the truth of this from Hero. Seems they do pity the lady, since her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, she will rather die than give any sign of affection. Never did think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that hear the detractions and can put them in mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis a truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous 'tis so, cannot reprove it, and wise. But in loving me, divine I've shown, that's no addition to her. We know no great argument of her folly. For I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken upon me because I've railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? The man loves the meat in his youth he cannot endure in his age. Sharp quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think to have been married. Here comes Beatrice. By say she's a fair lady. Just by some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner.
Fair Beatrice,
I thank you for your pains. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
that message.
Yea, monsieur, just so much as you may take upon a knife's point.
No stomach, monsieur. There you go. Ha! Against my will and bid since you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning of that. I took no more pains for those things than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say as any pain I take from you is as easy as thanks. I do not pity the lady. I am a villain. Go look at a picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice proposing with the prince and Claudia. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. See that thou rehearsed us, and bid her steal into the pleached bower where honeysuckles, ripened by the sun, forbid the sun to enter. There will she hide her, to listen to our purpose. This is thy office. Bear thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come by more presently.
Now, Ursula, as Beatrice are come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him ever more than man did merit. My talk must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay.
Now begin, for look where Beatrice like a lacrim when it's close by the ground to hear our conference.
Then go we near her, let her ear lose nothing of the false, sweet bait we lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my new betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it. But I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Does not the gentleman deserve as full as fortunate to bed as ever Beatrice shall capture her?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on. And her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore, certainly, it were not good she knew his love, lest she may sport in it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how wise, how noble, how young, rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. If fair-faced, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If tall, a lancel-headed. If low, an agate very vilely cut. If speaking, why a vane blown with all winds. If silent, why a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure, sure. Such carping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd and from all fashions as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away inside, waste inwardly. It were a better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Yet, tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One does not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Monsieur Benedict.
He is the only man of Italy. Always excepted my dear Claudio.
I pray you, be not angry with me, madam, speaking my fancy. Monsieur Benedict, for shape, forbearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report, really.
He hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires, and have thy counsel which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She's land, I warrant you. We have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
Fire is in my ears. Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell. And maiden pride, adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict. Love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up in a holy band. For others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it. Better than reporting me.
I do but states for your marriage be consummate, then go I toward Arrow. Well, everyone can master agree, but he that has it.
Yes, say I, he is in love.
Yet there's no appearance of fancy in him, unless he have a fancy to strange disguises as it appear he has. He's no fool for fancies you would have it appear he is.
If he be not in love with some woman, there's no believing the old signs. He brushes his hat in the mornings. What should that bode?
Have any men seen him at the barbers?
Nay, but the barbers may have been seen with him.
Indeed, he looks younger than he did by the loss of the beard.
Nay, but if he rubs himself with steam, can you smell him out by that?
That's as much to say the sweet use of love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when does he want to wash his face?
Yea, or to paint himself.
For the which I hear what they say of him.
conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too. I warrant one that knows him not.
Yea, and his ill qualities, and in spite of all, dies for him.
It is no charm for the two things. Oh, monsieur, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear. For my life to break with him about Beatrice.
Even so, Hero and Margaret have I played their parts with Beatrice, and the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother, God save you.
Good day, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you. In private, if it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, and he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me by that I will now manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart hath hope to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely, suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you in circumstances shortened, which she's been too long a talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she. Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal?
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse, think you of a worse title, and I would fit her to it. Wonder not till furthermore to go with me tonight, and you will see her chamber window entered within the night of her wedding day. If you love her, then tomorrow wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have heard more and seen more, proceed accordingly.
If I should see anything tonight, why I should not wed her tomorrow before the congregation. Where I should wed, there will I shame her.
And as I would for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no further till you are my witnesses. Marriage coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
Oh, day untowardly turned.
Mischief strangely thwarting.
Plague right well prevented. So will you say when you have seen the sequel?
Are you good men and true? Yea, or else for pity, there is never salvation that body and soul. Nay,
That were punishment too good for them.
if they should have any allegiance in them,
Being chosen for the prince's watch.
well, given their charge over that married.
First, who think you the most desertless man to be constable? Kwok Kixer or George Seacole, for they can write and read. Come hither, neighbor Seacole. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by name. Both which best are you have. I knew it would be your answer. Well, for your favor, sir, I give God thanks and make no boast of it. And as for your writing and reading, let that appear when there is no need of such vanity. You are thought here to be a senseless and fit man for constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your job! You shall comprehend all baker of men. You are to bid any man stand in the prince's name. How if we will not stand? Why then take no note of him? And presently, call the rest of the watch together and thank God you are rid of the knave.
He will not stand, he's none of the prince's subjects.
True, and there's meddle with none but the prince's subjects.
You shall also make no noise in the streets, for Father watches to babble and to talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
We will rather sleep than talk. We know what belongs to a watch.
Why do you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman? For I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have care that your bills be not stolen. Also, you are to call at all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed. However, they will not. Why then let them alone till they are sober? If they make you not then the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for. Well, sir.
Well, sir!
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company. You want to call that a merciful man? Truly, I would not take a dog by my will, much more a man that hath any honesty.
You hear a child crying night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then depart in peace, and let the child wake her with cry. For the ewe that will not hear her lamb when it bays will never answer attack when he weeps his nature. Well, to the end of the charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you need the prince tonight, you may stay with him.
Nay, Fire Lady.
I think not. 5 shillings to 1 on it. For any man knows that prince he may stay with. Mary, not without the prince be willing. For indeed, the watch ought to offend no man, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
Fire Lady.
Ah, well! And there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellow's counsel. And your own. And good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us go sit upon the church bench till 2, then all to bed.
One word more, honest neighbors! I pray, watch about this here Leonato's door, for the wedding being there tomorrow, there may be great coil tonight. Adieu, be visited, I beseech you.
What, Conrad? Peace, stir not.
Conrad, I say. Here, man, I am at thy elbow. Mass, and my elbow itched. I thought there would a scab follow. I'll owe thee an answer for that. Now forward with that tale.
Stand thee close then under this penthouse floor. It drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee. Chase up, masters, and stand close. Therefore, know that I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
It is impossible that any villainy be so dear.
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible any villainy could be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I have wondered at it.
Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, 'twas the maid on the house.
Not so. But know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, the lady Hero's gentlewoman by the name of Hero. She leans me out her mistress' chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the prince and Claudio, planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John, saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And they, Margaret was Hero.
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my master, knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths which first possessed them, and partly by the dark night which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away! When Claudio, enraged,
swore he would meet her as he was appointed next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw o'ernight, and send her home again without a husband.
We charge you! In the prince's name, stand! Call up the right master constable. We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known in the Commonwealth.
Masters. Never speak. We charge you, let us obey you to go with us.
We are like to prove a goodly commodity, being taken up of these men's bills.
The commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
La chansonnette avait disparu, le pavé de ma rue était tout bête, les refrains de Paris avaient pris le maquis, les forains, l'orphéon, la chanson de maquis, mais on n'oublie jamais le flonflon qui vous met le cœur en fête quand le vieux musicien dans le canapé vient revoir l'essentiel de son vie.
Good Ursula, go and wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will.
And bid her come hither.
True, I think your other bravado were better.
No, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
Find my tropes not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
Your gown is a most rare fashion in faith. I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown, and they praise so.
Oh, that exceeds, they say.
Oh, 'tis but a nightgown in respect of yours. Cloth of gold, cuts, laced with silver, and set with pearls, and down sleeves, and side sleeves, and skirts, and a round underbone with bluish tinsel. But for fine, quaint, graceful, most excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it.
God give me joy to wear it. My heart is exceedingly heavy.
'Twill be heavier soon with the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee! Art not ashamed? Good morrow, cousin.
Tomorrow, sweet hero.
Why now? Do you speak in a sick tune?
I am out of all other tune makers. It is almost 5 o'clock, cousin. It is time you were ready.
By my troth, I can see ill. Hey-ho. For a hawk, a horse, or a husband.
For the letter that begins them all, H.
Well, there's no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool trout?
Nothing I, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me. They have an excellent perfume.
I'm stuffed, cousin, I cannot smell. A maid and stuffed, there's a goodly catching of cold.
God help me, how long have you professed apprehension?
Even since you left it. Doth not my wit become you rarely?
It is the most excellent fashion. You should wear it in your cap.
My trophies. Get you some of this distilled Cardus Benedictus, and lay it to your heart. 'Tis the only thing for a qualm.
There thou prickest her with a thistle.
Benedictus? Why, Benedictus, you have some moral in this Benedictus.
No! By my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think you are in love. Nay, by Our Lady, I am not such a fool as to listen, I think, that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedict was such another, and now is he become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his grudging, he eats his meat without grudging. I know not how you may be converted, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
Oh, what paces is it thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
Madam, withdraw. The Prince, the Count, Mr. Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are under fetch to church.
Come, help to dress me. Good Cuz, good Meg, good Ursula.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, as you see, it is a busy time with me.
Mary, this it is, sir.
Yes, that it is, sir.
What is it, my good friend?
Good man Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as God help I would desire they were. But in faith, honest is the skin between his brows.
unheard them are.
Comparisons are odorous. Palographs and reversions.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so. Your officers. But for my own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of your worship.
All that tediousness on me, huh?
Yea, and 'twere 1,000 pound more than 'tis. For here is good exclamation on your worship as from any man in the city. And though I be but poor man, I am glad to hear it. And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Mary, sir, our watch and I, accepting your worship's presence, it's a nice couple there, there's any of
A good old man, sir. He will be talking. As they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. God help us. It is a world to see. Well said, in faith, neighbor Burgess. Well, God's a good man. And two men ride a horse, one must ride behind. By my troth, he is as ever growth bred. But God is to be worshipped. All men are not alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
It's the God gives.
I must leave you.
A word, sir. Marry, sir, our watch have indeed comprehended two auspicious persons. We would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear to you.
It shall be subjects.
Drink some wine, there you go. Fare you well.
My lord, we stayed for you to give your daughter to her husband.
With honor. I am ready.
Go, good partner, go! Get you to Francis Sequel. Bid him bring his pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination of these men.
We must do it wisely.
We will spare for no wit, I warn you. Only get the learned writer, set down our excommunication, and meet me at the jail.
She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness.
receipt of her virginity.
I know what you would say. You would say, if I had known her, she did embrace me as a husband, and so extenuate the beforehand sin. No, Leonardo! I never tempted her with words too large. To her brother, to her sister, to her bashful sincerity and godly love, and seemed never otherwise to you. Out of thee, seeming! I will write against it. You seemed to me as Diane and her orb, as chaste as the bud ere it blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
My lord will that he doth speak so wide.
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that have gone about to leave my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, these things are spoken, and they are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True, oh God. Let me remove one question to your daughter, and by thy following and kindly power you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so, as thou art my child.
Oh God, defend me.
What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who could blot that name with any just reproach?
Mary! That can Hero! Hero herself could blot out Hero's virtue! What man was he? Talked with you yesterday at your window betwixt 12 and 1? I doubt! If you are a maid, answer to this!
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
But then you are no maiden. Leonardo, I'm sorry you must hear. But on my honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her. Hear her at that hour last night talk with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed most like a liberal villain confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie, they are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is not chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, hero. What a hero hadst thou been! Half thy outward graces had been placed above the thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well. Most foul. Most fair. Farewell. Thou pure in piety and in pious purity. For thee, I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang to turn all beauty to thoughts of heart, and never shall it more be gracious.
Has no been staggered your point for me?
Hero, where forsake you now?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady? Dead, I think, uncle? No, hero, uncle, Monsieur Benedict Friar?
O fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for a shame which may be wished for.
Now, hero, have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why, does not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero, do not ope thine eyes. For, thought I thou wouldst not quickly die, thought I thy spirits were stronger than thy shames, myself would, on reward of reproaches, strive at thy life! Creed I had but blood, did I for that, and frugal nature's frame, oh, what too and no part of it is mine. This shame derives itself from unknown loins. Mine, and mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine that I was proud on, mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine, valuing of her. She is fallen into a pit of ink that the wine-stein hath dropped too few and salt too little, which may season give to her foul-tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired and wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Although until last night I have this 12 months been her bedfellow.
Confirmed! Confirmed! Oh, that is stronger maid which is before part of ribs of iron. With the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it again with tears. Hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long and given way unto this course of fortune by noting of the lady. I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face, 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness beat away those blushes. In her eye there hath appeared a fire, to burn these errors that the princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my readings nor my observations, with which experimental seal doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverence, calling, nor divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error. Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
I know that to accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, prove you that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature, or that any man with me conversed at hours unmeet, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprison in the princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. If their wisdoms be misled in this, it lives in the practice of John the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
If they do wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the princess left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation on your family's old monument, hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What will become of this? What shall this do?
Mary, this well carried, shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good. She dying, as it so must be maintained, instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. For it so falls out that what we have we prize not to the worth whilst we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost, why then we wrap the value, then we find the virtue that possession could not show us whilst it was ours. So it fare with Claudia. When he hears she died upon his words, the idea of her mind shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, and every lovely organ of her life shall come apparelled in more precious habit, more moving, delicate, and full of life into the eye and prospect of his soul than when she lived indeed. It shall be more, if ever love had interest in his liver, and wish he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusation true, the supposition of the lady's death will quench the wonder of her infamy. But if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits your wounded reputation, in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, minds, tongues, and injuries.
Monsieur Leonardo, let the friar advise you. And though my inwardness in love is much unto the prince and Claudio, by my faith I will deal with them as secretly and justly as you should with your own body.
Being on, lady. Die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea. I will weep without longer.
I will not desire that.
There's no reason I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
How much the man might deserve of me that would write her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it.
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. It's not that strange.
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. Yet believe me not. Here am I not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
My sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by that you love me, and make him eat it that says I love not you.
You do not eat your word.
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest. I love thee.
Thank God for you.
What if it's sweet,
You
Beatrice?
saved me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you.
And do with all your heart.
I love you. With so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudia.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me, you deny it. There we go.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone going. There is no love in you. I pray you let me go.
Beatrice,
Faith, I will go.
we'll be friends first.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with my enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not proven in the height of villain that had slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh God, that I were a man! What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation uncover slander, unmitigated rancor. God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk with a man out a window. A proper saying, nay, but
Beatrice.
sweet hero, she's wrong. She's slandered. She's done. Beatrice, God, that I were a man. Or that I had any friend that would be a man for my sake. But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are turned into tongue and trim ones too. He is as valiant as Hercules, but only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man wishing that if I would die a woman, grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you Count Claudio hath wronged here?
Yea, as sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. Kiss your hand and so leave you. By this hand Claudio shall render me a dear account. Do you hear of me so think of me? Comfort your cousin. I must say she is gone. So farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Yea, and is still an Christian confessed it.
Mary, that am I, and my partner.
Yeah, that's the mission to examine. Which be the offenders which are to be examined. Bring them before Master Constable.
Yay, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name, friend?
Braccio.
Try right down Baraccio. Yours, Sirrah.
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Write down Master Gentleman, Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yea, sir.
We hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God. And write God first. For God defend what God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already that you are little more than false names, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Mary, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you. I will go back to him. A word in your ear, sir. I say to you, it is thought that you are false names.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Well, stand aside. Oh God, they are both in a tale. Have you written down that they are none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine these men. You must bring forth the watch, which are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, that's the effort's way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name. Accuse you.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Prince John a villain. Why, this is flat perjury to call a prince's brother a villain. Master, crazy fellow, peace. I do not like thy look, I promise thee.
What will you say us?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
What burglary as ever was committed?
Yea, my master Dix.
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did mean upon his words to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her.
Oh, villain! Thou will be condemned into everlasting redemption!
What else?
This is all.
And this is more, master, than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero, in this very manner accused, in this very manner accused, and upon the grief of this, suddenly died. That has been found brought to Leonardo. I'll look forward to showing their examination.
Come, let them be opinions!
Let's give me the hands.
Now, naughty varlet!
Away! You are an ass! You are an
Dost thou not suspect my face? Dost thou not suspect my years? Oh, that he were here to write me down and ask. But masters, remember that I am an ass. Though it be not written down, yet forget not that I am an ass. No, thou art full of piety, as shall be proved upon thee by good witness. I am a wise fellow, and, which is more, an officer, and, which is more, a householder, and, which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any is in the sea. And I go to the law, go to, and a rich fellow enough, go to, and a fellow that hath 2 pounds, and everything handsome about him, bring them away. I bring down an ass. Woo!
Thank you.
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself. I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls into mine ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Give me not counsel, nor let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of hers overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. Patch proverbs, making his fortunes drunk with candle wasters. Bring him yet to me, and I of him will gather patience. But brother, there is no such man. For men can counsel and speak comfort to those griefs which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion. Therefore, give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do men from children love indignant.
I pray thee, peace. I will be flesh and blood. There's never yet philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently. However, they may have written the style of gods and made a Prussian chant and suffer.
Yet bend not harm upon yourself.
Make those that do offend you suffer too. There thou speakst reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul does tell me hero is belied. That shall Claudio know. So shall the prince, and all of them that thus dishonor her. Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good then. Good then.
Good day to both of you. Hear you, my lords.
We have some haste, Leonardo.
Some haste, my lord. Fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could write himself quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him? Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou. Never lay thy hand upon thy sword, I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand if it should give your age such cause to fear. In faith, my hand were nothing to my sword.
Hush, hush, pen. Never fleer jesting. I speak not like a dotard, nor a fool, as under privileged age to brag. What I have done, being young, or what would do, were I not old. No, Claudio, to thy head. Thou hast so wronged my innocent child and me, that I am forced to lay my reverence by, and do with gray hairs and bruise of many days challenge thee to trial of a man. I say thou hast belied my innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, and she lies buried with her ancestors. Oh, the two were never scandal slept, save this of hers, framed by thy villainy. My villainy? Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old man.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare.
Oh, wait, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daft me? Thou hast killed my child, boy. Thou killest me, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us, and then it's he. But that's no matter, let him kill one person. Let him answer me. Sir boy? I'll whip you from your pointing fence. Nay, as I am a gentleman, I will.
Brother.
Content yourself. God knows I love my niece, and she is dead. Slandered to death by villains that dare as well answer a man indeed as I dare take a serpent by the tongue. Boys. Apes. Brothers. Jacks, milksops.
Brother Antony.
Hold you content. What, man? I know them, yea, and what they weigh. Scramble. Easy. Fashion-monging boys that lie and cog and flout, deprave and slander, go anticipate, show outward hideousness, and dare as well enter men and desires I dare take the serpent by the tongue. And this is all.
Brother Antony.
Come, 'tis no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me deal in this.
Gentlemen both, we will not wake your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord. My lord.
I will not hear you.
No. Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall. For some of us, smart boys.
See, here comes the man we want to see.
What news, monsieur?
Good day, my lord. Welcome, monsieur. You are almost come to almost to fray.
It is like to have our two noses snapped off by two old men without teeth.
And what thinkest thou? Had we fought, I doubt we should have been too young before them.
In a false quarrel, there is no true valor. Can we seek you both?
We have never down to seek thee, for we are hard-proof melancholy, which may have beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy whip by thy side?
Never reckoned it so, my lord, though many a man hath been beside their wit. I bid you draw, as you do the minstrels, draw to pleasure us.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale.
How now art thou, sick or angry?
What? Courage, man! But though care has killed the cat, thou hast mettle enough in thee to kill care.
I pray thee, choose another subject. By this light we change more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
If he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
Perhaps bless me for a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady. Her death shall fall heavy upon you. We hear from you.
Well, I will be, so I may have good cheer.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, with text underneath, here dwells Benedict, a married man.
There you go, boy. You know my mind. I leave you now to gossip like humor. You break just as braggarts do their blade, which, God be thanked, hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Till then, peace be with him. He is in earnest.
Most profound earnest. And I'll warrant you for love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
What a pretty thing man is when he goes in his doublet and hose and leaves off his wit. But soft youth, let me be. Did he not say my brother was fled?
Come you, sir! If justice cannot tame you, she shall ne'er weigh more reasons in her balance. Nay, and you be a cursing hypocrite once, you must be looked to.
How now? Two of my brothers men down Baraccio one?
Hearken after your offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they have committed false report. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they have slandered. Sixth and lastly, they have belied the lady. Thirdly, they have verified slaves. And to conclude, they are lying names.
First, I ask thee, what's their offense? Thirdly, I ask thee what they have done. Sixth and lastly, why they are committed. And to conclude, what you lay to their charge.
Rightly reasoned, my lord, and in each his own division. And by my troth, there's one meaning well rooted.
Who have you offended, master, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, we go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me, and let this count kill me? I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light, who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, incensed me to slander the lady Hero, how you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in Hero's garments, how you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead, upon mine and my master's false accusations, and briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of the villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have brought poison whilst he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee on to this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
He is composed and framed of treachery. But he is upon this villainy.
Sweet Hero. Now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. By this time our sexton hath performed Mr. Leonardo O'Brien. And masters, do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Mr. Leonardo the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I know another like him I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know your wronger, look on me.
Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed my innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
high and worthy deeds. 'Twas bravely done if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose you revenge yourself, and post to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin, yet sinned I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul nor I. And yet, to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight that he would enjoin me to.
Cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang an epitaph at her tomb and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow come you to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child that's dead. She alone is heir to goodness. Give her the right you should have given her cousin. And so dies my revenge. Noble sir.
Your overkindness offering tears for me. I do accept your offer and dispose henceforth of poor Kwok.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell. Tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret. Why believe his pact and all this wrong? Hired to it by your brother.
No! By my soul she was not. Not what she did when she spoke to me, but always have been just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her.
Moreover, sir, which indeed is not here under white and black, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass! I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most thankful and reverend youth, and I praise God for you.
There's for thy pains.
God save the foundation!
Go. I discharge thee thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
You leave an errant knave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct yourself for the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. I humbly give you leave to depart, and if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with hero.
Bring you these fellows off. We'll talk with Margaret. How our plans screw with this lewd fellow.
The God of love and knows me, and knows me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing. What in loving? Leander, the good swimmer. Troilus, the first employer of panders. An whole bookful of these quantum carpet mongers, whose names yet run smoothly in the even road of a blank page. Why, they were never truly so turned over and over as my poor self in love. I cannot shorten rhyme. I've tried. I can find out no rhyme to lady, baby, an innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, it's not born under a rhymer's pen. Or can I woo in festival terms? Lady Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Monsieur, and part when you bid me. Oh, stay till then, that is spoken, fare you well now, and yet. Ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is knowing what had passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words.
And thereupon like his foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is foul breath, and foul breath is
I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now, tell me, which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
Oh, for them all together, which maintained so politic a state of evil as she did no good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did thou first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I suffer love indeed, for I love you against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Oh, alas, poor heart. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and men. There will I leave you two. Here comes one of these.
Madam, you must come to your uncle's. Yonder's will coil at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused. And Don John is the author of all. Who's let him gone? We come presently.
Will you come hear this news, monsieur? I will live in my heart. Die if I love. And be buried in my eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
This is the monument to Leonardo. Yes, my lord.
Done to death by slanderous tongues, was the hero that here lies. Death, and guerdon of her wrongs, gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died in shame lives in death with glorious fame. Hang thou there upon the tomb, praising her when I am done. Now music, sound and sing your solemn hymn.
God is of the night, those that slew thy virgin night, with songs of woe about her tomb they go. Praise yon and yield your dead, till death be uttered. Night assist our love and help us to sigh and grow. Heavenly, heavenly.
Now, unto thy bones good night. Hear me, will I do this right?
Tomorrow, masters, put your torches out. The wolves have preyed. And look, the gentle day before the wheels of feet is round about, dapples the drowsy east with spots of gray. Thanks to you all, and leave us. Pray you all.
Good-morrow, masters. Each his several way.
Let us consent on other weeds and there to be not over the job.
tell you she was innocent.
Or the Prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all question.
Well, I'm glad that all things started so well. So am I. Being held by fate and forced to call you and Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Now, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, withdraw to a chamber by yourselves, and when I call you forth, come hither masked. Prince and Claudia promised by the Sour to visit me. Now, brother, you know your office. You must be father to your mother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains. I think.
To do what, Disco?
To bind me. Aren't you one of them? Monsieur Leonard, truly it is good, monsieur, that your niece regards you with an eye of favor.
That I my daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do requite her with an eye of love.
Sight whereof I think you had from me, from the Prince and Claudio, but what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. Before my will is your good will may stand with ours this day to be conjoined in a state of oh my God.
My heart is with your liking.
And my own. Here come the Prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. Are you yet determined to marry with my father's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth.
Good morrow, Benedict. What, what's the matter that you have such a February face? So full of frost, storm, and cloudiness.
I think it's upon the Sabbath gold. Here comes other reckonings. Which is the lady on the season line?
And I give you
Then she is mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
Nope. That you shall not till you have taken her by the hand before this holy friar and sworn to marry her.
Give me your hand. Before this holy friar, I am your husband, if you like me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife, and when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
One hero died of fire, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a
The former hero that is dead.
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after that the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar into the chapel let us present it.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me? Why, no, not more than reason. Then your uncle, the Prince and Claudio, have been deceived. Well, they swore you did.
Do you not love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why then my cousin, Margaret and Ursula, were much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
This is no such matter. And you do not love me.
Why no, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For here is a paper, written in his hand, a halting sonnet of his own, pure brain,
I yield upon great persuasion. I probably saved your life for her during a conception.
I'll stop you. How dost thou, Benedict, the married man? Tell thee what, Prince? College of witcrackers could not flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or epigram? No. The man will be beaten with brains. Sure, nothing handsome about it. In brief, since I did purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose the world can say against it. Therefore, never flatter me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin.
I had well hoped thou wouldst have denied Beatrice, that I might have cudgeled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer, which, out of question, thou wilt be if my cousin do not look exceedingly narrowly to thee.
Come, come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our own hearts and our wives' ears.
We'll have dancing after.
First of my word, therefore play music. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife, get thee a wife. There's no staff more reverent than one tipped with horn.
My lord, your brother John has taken a flight and brought our men back to the city.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers.
Devant qui chasse le ciel et du